Hello everyone and happy late Beltane. Sorry I didn't get a video up until now. I've just been a little busy. We've rearranged the house. We've started our garden out on our balcony, which is coming along very nicely. And work has been work, and my little kitty here has been being a troublemaker and having fun knocking down my laptop and other things, haven't you? Love you, Persephone. Now go play. And other unrelated news to cat destroying things or daily lives things. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel or follows me on Tumblr, who watches these or follows my updates. I've just been very busy, in spring, summertime that normally happens. But I do want to go over the importance of actually studying. I've been not so vigilant on the whole studying foundation. Why? Life gets in the way too much. And unlike when I was a child, where for some reason I had all this free time, as an adult I find it a little hard to. Especially with chores, work, bills, obligations, and trying to see people I know. And with a rabbit and a cat, those guys are pretty much full-time obligations to deal with. In the future, a lot more of my videos will be in a different setting than this. And unless you guys really love the Vincent Valentine and Fairy Wings Above Me and Rabbit Cage to the side. By the way, that's my rabbit Cosmosis. He is about a year and some odd months old, and he's actually a very sweet little bunny. Sometimes. And he just thumped at me because he knew I was talking about him. But the importance of studying. With studying, there's also meditation, there's also lots and lots of reading. And when I say lots of reading, I mean lots of reading online or in books. In order to read for me, I have to wear glasses, which have an unsightly glare, as you can see, from my computer screen. That's why I don't wear them very often. No, I don't have contacts to replace them, and I probably won't get contacts because I don't like poking my eye. But with studying comes your handy dandy notebook or your book of shadows. As you can see, mine has a pin attached to it. Really cool. This one's mostly blank, except for a few things like right here and stuff I wrote down for Beltane. Which brought me to actually realizing that sometimes you need to read some of the rituals that you want to follow and study them before you do them. There are some that are meant for personal use, which you can find those easily, and then there are some that are meant for group use. The group ones you can alter to your own, if that's what you want to do, or you can make up your own with things like Beltane or Midsummer, which Midsummer is supposed to be the celebration of Persephone going to the underworld, or Isis going to save Osiris, or Balder going down to the lower levels of Asgard, which for me it's Balder. My fiance, it's Persephone going down to the underworld for Hades, because she eats foods in Hades. She follows Hades. I follow the Nordic pantheon. She follows the Greek, which doesn't bother me. Well, Greek and Roman. It doesn't bother me, actually. I prefer the fact that we don't really follow the same. Even though the covenant I am in with her and another friend is called the Nordic 3. One of the books that I have that I do read rituals out of that I've had changed and adapted for myself or for our group is actually Crone's book. I believe in the Mother, Maiden, and Crown, as I believe in the 3 fates, past, present, and future, as I also go with the 3 fates that share the eyeball and the tongue and the teeth. I find their wisdoms to be interesting, their ideals to say prophecy as the same. With the crone, I like the older knowledge. And in this book, there's spells and charms, and it also has what plants to use and what not to use and how to use them. What ones are poisonous and should be avoided, how to make scented oils, bath bombs, and insignia chips, which we all love those, and your own runes or other sets for casting. It also goes over tools and other things that you may need or may not know. There's also a ritual in here for there's a ritual to keep your cat from straying. But I just passed one that was a ritual for hand fasting, which eventually mine will come forth, and when it's recorded, I will post it up here because I will be dressed as Balder. There's also a ritual in here calling the dead to at least have one last goodbye. And also has different celebrations, such as the first day of the year to, well, every equinox. But the thing is you can take any ritual that you read or you like that you think would work great in other things and use them or combine them. You don't have to stick to one straight one. Me, I prefer sometimes to do my own, but I take advice from books such as the Crone's book. There's also the Crone's book of magic words, which I want to get. Complete amulets, talisman forms, components, and other things. Most books have the things you should read in the back. My friend bought me this one. I'm eternally grateful for him. One of the best male witches I know. Another book that I've been going through for a little bit of help has actually, surprisingly, been one that I've read a few times over and has a lot of information in it. Whether you are pagan or Wiccan, if you're Wiccan, you'll probably follow this a little bit more closely than most witches or pagans do. Not everybody likes Silver Ravenwolf. She was one of the first authors I read to Ride a Broomstick. I got all three of those books. To Ride a Broomstick, to Stir a Magic Cauldron, and to Light a Sacred Flame. I also did get Teen Witch. It was okay reading, good for a teenager starting out. Even if you're not Wiccan, which is another branch of pagan, which is more newer, I'd have to say, than the old school, she still has things for the newer generation and some things that take from the old. You don't have to follow everything she says verbatim. She has information from old and new. It's pretty. You can find a lot of different authors who do their own books of shadows or solitary witch work, stuff like that. You can find different authors that do that. There's Cunningham. There's a few. I just don't know all their names. I apologize. It has some things that also will help people who are Christian witches as well. She does adapt things to show different sides of being pagan, different sides of being Wiccan, different sides of being a witch. Remember, not every pagan is Wiccan, and every Wiccan can be pagan. Or not every witch is Wiccan, not every and every Wiccan can be a witch. It's your choice. However you word it, however you say it, however you see it. But please don't say if you're pagan or a witch that you're a Wiccan. No, that's not true. I'm a pagan Celtic witch myself. And I just find knowledge from everyone very interesting. A few of the things that she has in here are interesting. She has a lot of parts to study, a lot of things of the zodiac, and tarot cards as well. Some of their meanings, their setups, rune setups, colors, candles, rope, magic, stones, all those things she has in here. She even wrote a cute little spell that I found was adorable, which was a passing ceremony for a pet. Which we all have pets that we have lost, and sometimes that's the only bit of closure we can have, is our own personal funerals for them. Because to us, they're family. Like whenever I lose Cosmosis, or even when Persephone dies, I will be heartbroken, because to me they are my friends, they're my pets, they're my children, because I don't want children in my life. Sorry. Other than that, when you study multiple people. Don't just stick to one person. I have jump drives upon jump drives of different books that were given to me that I reference and go through. I would have to go through and see who wrote half of them. Like I said, there's different authors. I just can't think of their names off the top of my head, and next time I'll write them more down. But studying is a key to keeping you fresh in your mind and what things are meant for. It's kind of like when you start a year in a day. Almost every single day you're studying, correct? Or supposed to be, or you're reading, or you're doing something. We're meditating. Lots and lots of meditating. But that's besides the point. It's getting you into the use of doing these things. Everyone out there has the knowledge. Everybody out there has the ability. And to find someone who'll sit there and go, hey, let's sit and study together, or I'll teach you a few things if you teach me a few things. If you can find other pagans in your society that are willing to do that, do it. Go for it. Jump on that opportunity. Jump on that wagon. Take your book of shadows and go, I have some spells that you might want to read. Share. Don't be afraid of others. But also, read into groups before you decide to run and join them. Because I've had bad experiences. One of my videos talks about that. But look into them. Because you can stop. These guys are great for the first couple of months, and then you realize either the person who's leading them is slowly deteriorating into the worst kind of person you can be around, or somebody who's saying that, oh, you can't meditate for more than 20 minutes, or even meditate more than 10 minutes. That is a personal ability. I've been able to meditate up to 2-3 hours, and it's been very interesting. And no, I'm not asleep while doing it. I've almost fallen asleep once, but that's because the person leading it did not know what they were doing. And all you can ever do is practice, read, study, and stay firm to your beliefs. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. So before I drone on anymore, just a reminder, study, have a happy, safe spring, and remember, drink plenty of water, stay out, don't stay in the heat too much, plant a garden, go for a hike, have fun. That's what spring is about, right? Blessed be.